Hello Libra, and welcome to your May 2023 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that came out is the Pope. So the Pope is all about decisions we take with discernment, our engagements, our this is the path that I am taking, and so on. And then we have judgment, but in reverse. So there's this thing where you're dealing with, some of you could be dealing with institutions or things like that also, government, churches, whatever. But our own Pope within ourselves is the one that has the capacity to implant and engage itself into something by choosing its path. And of course, guided by the High Priestess, by a divine consciousness. That's why it doesn't have to be churches and government. It depends on what level you're reading. But anyway, so you start here with the Pope, so that aspect of you. But then we have the judgment in reverse. So that means having a hard time hearing the trumpet of the angel here. You have the trumpet of the angel that rises, that brings up all of the parts of us that do not resonate in the same way. They are in coffins floating on water. So it wakes up the dead. It wakes up the parts of us that were in our subconscious, old wounds, old distortions or misunderstood stories and parts of us that we had to shove in the back and continue, or that we had to sacrifice and continue. They're coming back to the surface to be brought back into the light, to be brought back into our consciousness. When it's in reverse, we have a hard time hearing the trumpet. It is more these aspects that are over the trumpet. And then we have the 3 of Wands and the 10 of Wands in reverse. So the positive thing is this is finally leaving, which was blocking your view of how do I do it? And then where am I going? And then here, what is coming towards me? I'm not expecting much here. I have a hard time seeing the bolts coming from the decisions I made in the past, from the engagements I had in the past. I'm not seeing such a nice picture in front of me. Okay, so here there's like this a confrontation of if you feel a bit defeatist, that might be why, but something's gonna happen. So under the Pope we have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. Now, these are kind of very different states of being. It's a bit all over the place. I am content and happy, and I am on the floor, betrayed. I don't know what's going on anymore, okay? And under that, I have the 7 of Cups in reverse. So this is probably why it goes from, light to dark like this. Because this is what happens. So, but the fact that it's in reverse, it's almost like your discernment, your Pope, your sovereignty on yourself is trying to overpass or get on top of emotional projections all over. And the way to really get rid of it is to pass that 10 of Swords. And I don't know if you can see, but he with his hands makes the same mudra as the Pope. Okay, it's like he's realizing once he's on the floor like that, and that all of his beliefs that cut his own energy flow. Okay, it's all along on his spine, his own capacity to bring that divine ointment from his pineal gland to come down all the way to his spine so he can embody it completely. Here he had so many beliefs that cut that flow. And now he realizes, oh my God, what is above is below, but it has to pass through me. And now I realize how all of these beliefs prevented that to be identical, as above, so below. But more, it comes from above and it is distorted, and then I get a result that is awful. So it's that reappropriation of that power, okay, of understanding. So under the judgment in reverse, we have the Six of Wands. That's coming back from war, coming back from our Ten of Swords and all the events that led to the Ten of Swords. Page of Sword. We have this new understanding. Four of Wands. It actually opens up that 1111 portal, where on the other side it is just celebration, contentment, and all of that. But I don't know how to get it. Page of Pentacle in reverse. Maybe there's a bit of leftover of what is. Here, I would grab that new pentacle of my next cycle. I know I've finished a cycle. But here, it seems like I can't get that new pentacle. I cannot grab it, plant it, and start making it my reality here. So you're kind of confronted with that. So under this, I have a Two of Cups. And I have this that came on the side. So in the great outcome, when the cards come on the side, that means, it depends for all of you. You're master of this. And of course, it's written right away with the Pope being the first card. Free will. Like this, I understand balance. I'm taking my wand, my fire, in the here and now, and I'm acting according to balance. I come from an infinite source, and I will be also able to receive without thinking I owe anything in a balanced way. And I will give without expecting anything, because I will come from an infinite source. And that has to be what is mirrored between our inner self and our outer self. Between us and the world, us and the neighbor, us and the universe. Let's clarify this. Libra. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Libras for the month of May 2023. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups. So it's really, I think, to restore that capacity to be, to bring your heart, to receive the heart. There's the Two of Cups. And your attitude towards that, not being influenced at all by the past. So that you can experiment something completely different. Okay. Let's look at the Pope. We have a little Three of Swords. And yeah, that's the thing. You're still healing. Okay. So here we have the Six of Cups in reverse. So this is when our heart chakra something is blocking our heart chakra. And it's probably due to the fact that we're still healing. And here, Four of Wands in reverse, not upright, where things are not up in this solid, obvious, here I am crossing into that other side where everything is light and perfect and celebration with others. Nobody's behind the scene trying to hurt me or anything like that. And I have a Tower in reverse. So, of course, this comes maybe for some of you from a shock or from a realization, because sometimes when the Tower is in reverse, we see it happening, but it calls upon something within ourselves, and it will call upon something that you're still healing from, that prevents you from being in a complete Four of Wands and Six of Cups when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to what you want to, your attitude towards life in general. I'm just going to put that back and keep the Tower. So, and it disappointed you. It showed you the swords in your heart. Let's look at that 10 of Swords and the 9 of Cups. The world. It's something that is done. You can see it, whatever you've seen, you can see it because it's done. And now it's time to be completely conscious of it, with even the shadow parts of it, so that you can really finish this cycle. Do not hold on to anything. It's time to release. 7 of Cups. And that's why in that releasing state, 10 of Swords, we're releasing in reverse here. And we have the Page of Wands. In order to embark into this new beginning and to find your enthusiasm again in front of the unknown, this has to be cleared. Let's look at that Judgment. Why is Judgment in reverse? What is preventing you from hearing? Okay. You have a hard time hearing the trumpet of the divine because your water is suffering, because there's too much suffering in the water. 3 of Cups in the reverse and 6 of Cups in the reverse. That trumpet, it's not for nothing that he trumpets over water. Water, the water within ourselves, is the kind of the tambourine of the vibration. A trumpet is a sound, is a vibration by an angel. So you can imagine how high of a frequency it is, okay, of a vibration. So if in my heart I have old sadnesses, it's blocked a bit, I don't see joy and happiness, and I don't celebrate life, I see more sadness than anything else, that trumpet will bounce. It won't do what it's supposed to do. It won't infiltrate all the way to the bottom of you, so to push out what was wounded so that it can go back into the light, but it will rebound on you. I'll put the 6 of Cups. So here, by finishing the cycle of Swords, because of course swords, it's our truth. It will influence how we see things, the deductions we make, our beliefs and all of that. The world is mental, so this is a huge part. And of course the world is also vibration. Your waters, they influence one another constantly. That's why it's the second, and throat will influence a lot the water. Your head line and your heart line will influence one another a lot. Let's look at that 4 of, and so that's why you need to finish the cycle of Swords in order to liberate you, liberate and ground yourself in your waters. Here I have this time the Page upright, with the Sun upright when it comes to all of this, but we still have the 3 of Wands in reverse. So it's almost like some moments you hold it, you believe in it, your solar plexus wants to expand, and yes, there's joy for me in this world. But with the Three of Wands in reverse, it's almost, but I cannot see it. I cannot see how it can happen. I cannot see it coming towards me. So when you cannot see it coming towards me, it's very hard to plant the seed for it. Let's look at that page. Because part of you, and here is that Six of Pentacles, when you don't believe that if you invest yourself from that, yes, there's plenty from where that comes from, and I will be received, and I will be supported, and all of that, Six of Pentacles, it's very hard to plant it. So it will be through the mastery of your waters, so that you can receive that guidance, that joy, that happiness. Here, Queen of Cups and the Fool, so that you can have faith, so you can jump in it even if you don't see it. So this is a case of fake it till you make it, Libra. Because here I have the Queen of Cups over this, okay? So that means I cannot see it in front of me, but I will master my waters. I will still feel it within my heart. This is what is going to put me in a state of being where I'll be able to see that pentacle. Even if I understand balance mentally, but I haven't embodied it yet, I'm still going to jump and go for it. And so the Two of Cups will be kind of the mirrors. In the sign, that can be, whoops. Here I have the Seven of Pentacles, and here that Two of Cups, I have the Three of Pentacles. People will mirror what you want to build, how you want to do it. If you're in action, if you're doing it, if you're investing, if how you visualize it, see it, and all of that, it is going to be mirrored like that. If you wait, nothing will happen. This is don't wait for somebody else to do and embark and start whatever you had at the beginning of the month here, Libra, okay? So that Knight of Wands and the belief that, okay, if the people around me are not supporting me right now, I'm going to start it, and the ones that will support me shall come later kind of thing. That's why there's that fake it till you make it. And here I have the Empress, and that is pure Venus. Nurture yourself, give it a shape, embrace yourself, trust your intuition, your creativity, the insight of what you want to bring forward. And this is what this is what needs to happen for you. So trust your intuition, Venus, and all of that. And if outside of you cannot see how it's going to become, how is this going to happen? I don't see how it can happen. Continue to acknowledge yourself and trust that what you want to bring forward is of your heart. Keep that vibration to hear it. Allow yourself to start planting and growing, and things will adjust. So I'm going to call this fake it till you make it, because you're having a shock at the beginning where you're going to have to hold strong, and then how you're going to continue will determine what it's going to look like after. So fake it till you make it, my beautiful Libras. On this, I am sending you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. Please subscribe to help grow the channel. If you want a private reading, if you see this during the month happening, or it's already there or was, if you want a private reading, the description is below, and There's a website, you go on it, it's easy. You just book a reading, or if you want to have something more personalized for you. And also thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And of course, new moon, full moon, and now I ask for the divine to give you back in the shape that you need for your fulfillment, your happiness, and your light. And so on this, all my love and light for the month of May, and I'll see you next month.